Hey, hi, how you doing? It's Jim. Just a bit of an update video. This one. It's going to probably take a little time because it's there's a lot of records to get through here, and so you may well have guessed this is my occasional, should be much more frequent than it is, record update. What vinyl, what records have managed to get in. So the last time I did this was in November, and up to that point I had been managing to do it every month, and December came and went, January came and went, and now obviously February is finished. So there's 3 months worth of records to get through here. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we should do this. So I've got a mixture. I've got quite a few brand new ones and an awful lot of second-hand ones as well. So what I'll do is just crack on, and I'll talk about these as we go along. Almost exclusively. No, not almost exclusively, but a lot of these have been funded through the Buy Me a Coffee system that's in place through the page. So if you have contributed in that way, thank you so much. It really helps. It all goes towards sort of adding to the library. So an investment in coffee for me is actually an investment in vinyl, and it's an investment in your own entertainment, if you will. So it's just brilliant. I can't thank you enough. It's so kind. So the first one I'm going to start off with is this. Now, I do apologise about the glaring, shining light on the here. You can't see. There's lights on the ceiling up at the top, which kind of point down. So some of these are going to look a bit naff because of that. But this is a record by a band called Soup. It's called Visions. And the only reason I know about this is because of my chat with Ron Owerhand, who was on the channel at the beginning of February, I think. We had a good old natter, chat about all sorts of things. He's an avid vinyl collector. And one of the questions, or one of the topics we got onto, was the latest thing you bought, and he said this, and he recommended it. So I went out to find it. I haven't listened to it yet. I've listened to a little bit. It does sound very, very good, but it is, I think, going to be channel worthy, so it'll be coming on the channel. So that's the first record. Second up, we have one which you'll probably recognise. This has been featured on the channel already. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Nonagon Infinity. This was a fantastic record. Really enjoyed this. Just absolutely blew me away. It's just absolutely brilliant and very, very popular. A lot of you guys love this as well. And this is brand new. I got this from HMV, record shop in Milton Keynes in the city centre. But also, because of the interest that there was in this band, I also managed to find this, Polygoned Wonderland, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And this has on its, the first song on side one is Crumbling Castle, which is a track that I listened to from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard back, I don't know, January perhaps, maybe even before Christmas, I can't remember. But that was really the first time I'd listened to them on the channel, and that's then encouraged me to go and find out more. So I've got the rest of this album to do, which is going to be obviously coming up in the next few months. Now, never let it be said that I do things by halves. So I also managed to pick up from HMV while I was there this, which is Chunky Shrapnel, which is, I think, a live King Gizzard record. And also this one, which is Explorations into Micro-Tonal Tuning. Now, it looks like it's just a brown paper bag you get from the grocery shop, but actually it is just a brown paper bag from the grocery shop. But inside it is the vinyl itself. There's the sleeve, and then within the sleeve you've got the inner sleeve and the records inside that. So it's all very good. Lovely bit of packaging. So that's another one which was hugely recommended. And I think basically everyone's saying that you can't go wrong with this band. So I've got a bit listening to do there. That's going to be all coming up over the coming months. Lots of King Gizzard. Next up, this is just amazing. Julian Grennan-Grenkin, off his own bat, bought this for me and shipped it to me from the other side of the Atlantic, all the way here to the UK. This is Isis Panopticon, and it's just the most magnificent, glorious, gloomy, post-metal. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just beautiful, beautiful music. It divided people. Some people really liked it. Some people absolutely loved it. Some people couldn't get on with it at all. And that's fine, music's like that. But for me, I just found this absolutely one of the most wonderful, wonderful things. It's very, very metal. Very, not slow is the wrong word, but it's not a rushed thing. It slowly unveils itself. There's so much density and atmosphere and gloom. If you like Elder, which I have listened to on the channel, you'll like this. But this is most wonderful. And Julian, I cannot thank you enough for this. Thank you so, so much. Right. Moving on from there, we get to this. This is The Puzzle from Devin Townsend. This was a record that he put out as an answer to is probably the wrong way to say it, but his response to the pandemic and his experience of it and how it affected his mental state and how he felt, just exploring the whole thing. It's not really a record to listen to on the channel. It's very insular. It's for solo listening. It's abstract. It's ambient. It's dark. It's beautiful, and it's a thing that you not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to get it, and that's absolutely fine. But I love this. Absolutely love this, and this is a private listening thing for me. But yeah, that's The Puzzle by Devin Townsend. Highly recommended. If you like ambient, and you like abstract, and you like all weird and wonderful things, then this will be for you. Now, next is a trilogy. A band called Wobbler. I have Hinterland, which is their first release. I have Afterglow, and I have Rights at Dawn. Now, Wobbler has been recommended to me many, many times over the lifetime of the channel, and I've never got around to listening to them. And I saw that these were all being re-released fairly recently, I think in January or the beginning of February. So I got on the pre-order for them, and they've now all come in. So these are absolutely going to be for the channel. These are the purchases that are coming for that. It's a Norwegian band. If you like Motorpsycho, I think it's along those sort of lines. It is quite Scandinavian, and it's just some gloriously beautiful sort of interesting proggy goodness. So we've got 3 records there, and very, very much looking forward to listening to that because, as I say, it's come hugely highly recommended. So I don't know enough about them. I don't know anything about them, to be fair. Right, onwards and upwards. Next two, again, these are all channel ones, actually. This is Magnification from Yes. Still absolutely completely sealed in the cellophane, hasn't been opened. This is absolutely going to be saved for the channel in due course. All part of the Yes journey. And also, this goes alongside it. This is The Ladder. Again, brand new. I couldn't do this. I really couldn't do this if it wasn't for the copies that you people are buying. And so it's just so useful, and I can't thank you enough. So they're all coming up. I think I want this Yes journey to continue as long as we can. So hopefully we won't be getting to these sort of within the next few weeks. It'll be months, I should think, before we get to these records. But they're to come. Right. The next record is called Stone's Reach by Bellacor. Now, this absolutely 100% is the result of the of the coffee, of the patronage, and of the genuine generosity of Maraxis Arcanist. I think I say his name, so I haven't got it in front of it. Maraxis Arcanist, who bought me quite a lot of cups of coffee in order to buy this, and I was so glad I did. And we listened to this on the channel 2-3 weeks ago. Mellow Death, I think, is the name of the genre, which I didn't even know existed. When I first started listening to this, I thought it was all right. It's like a really sort of melodic death metal sound. Well, apparently that's exactly what it is, and it is called Mellow Death. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Little bits of Opeth in there, little bits of Maiden here and there. It just really, I found it quite an enjoyable listen, more than enjoyable, an absolutely glorious listen, and I'm very much looking forward to discovering more of their stuff as we go forward. But yeah, that's again another result of the channel. And again, I never would have discovered this had it not been for the recommendations and people asking about this and suggesting it, and actually going as far as sort of giving me some coffee to go towards buying it. So thank you. Right, we're getting towards the end, you'll be very glad to know, of the new purchases. The penultimate one is this one, which is really brand new. This has only been out for a week, I think. Troika. It's a collaboration between Ross Jennings from Haken, Neil Morse from Neil Morse Transatlantic, Spock's Beard, and De Virgilio, I think that's how you say it, is Nick De Virgilio, who's the singer with, I think he's with Spock's Beard. Does it say? Oh no, Big Train. There you go. He's from there, but he's not this. He can't be the singer because the singer's just died. So anyway, so he plays with them anyway. He's been involved with that. Brand new, unopened. This is going to be listened to on the channel. This will be coming up fairly soon. I'm very interested to hear this because I think musically they all come from a similar place, but from a different place, if you kind of know what I mean. They do it in different ways. So I think it's going to be interesting to hear them work together. I have heard, obviously, I don't know if they were singles, but Inside Out released some of this music to listen to on YouTube before the release of the album, and I've heard it, and it sounds good. It's really interesting. Right, and the final record I've got in the new category comes as a result of a conversation I had very recently with one of the subs on the channel, Zlerbigen to Music. So we've been having a conversation on and off via email and on the channel, and then we set up a Zoom call because Zlerb, bless him, has got quite a bit of vinyl that he's been sort of slowly sort of offloading over the years, and I sort of it piqued my interest. I said, "Oh, actually, I might be interested in getting some of this." So we had to set up a phone call or Zoom call and had a look through it, and came to a decision and an agreement on some of the pieces, and I went forward and bought them. But during the course of the conversation, he played me some music over the call, and it absolutely just I was dumbfounded by it. I was like, what is it? I've never heard this before. This is amazing. And eventually he put me out of my misery and told me this is Animals as Leaders with the record Weightless. I said, I have got to get this. So this has just come in the last few days as well. I cannot wait to hear this and I'll do this on the channel. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I know Animals as Leaders a bit. I've heard some of their stuff before. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun, instrumental and great fun, and amazing. So, that being said, that moves us on to part 2 of this video, which is the second-hand stuff. So this is eBay, Discogs, second-hand shops, and also what I managed to get through my conversation with Zlurb Again to Music. So the first thing I got from Zlurb was this, which is Pfm Chocolate Kings. So this is a band I've heard of, but not a band I know. It's Italian prog from mid-1970s. Great condition record. This is on the Bellacor label, so I think this is the same label that all the ELP stuff was put out on. I don't know these people's music at all, but I kind of know a little bit about where it's going to be going, so I'm super, super intrigued to hear this. This is 100% going to be on the channel. So that's the first. Second up, we have Scary Monsters, David Bowie. So I've never owned this on vinyl, and it's a fantastic record. And I've wanted to have it for ages and sort of never quite got around to getting it. And I suddenly saw it in the list there of records that were potential opportunity for me to get. So I thought, oh, yes, I'm going to get that, please. So that's that. I may do some of that on the channel, but it won't be sort of reaction stuff. It's kind of known to me. But if you're interested, we can do a bit of Bowie. Now, this I don't know at all. It's Steve Wynwood. So obviously I know of Steve Wynwood. I know who he is and what he does, but I don't know his solo stuff very well. So I'm quite interested. I certainly don't. There's not this record. I think when this was bought, £1.99. I think I paid a little bit more than £1.99 for this from Slurb, but it's. I'm super, super excited to hear this as well. Again, not something I know at all, so that's going to be really interesting. So yes, Steve Wynwood. We also have, as a result of my foray into Zappa, and contrary to common belief, I am not anti-Frank Zappa at all. I have nothing against his music. I think the music is astonishing, and what he does in the songwriting is just incredible. Why wouldn't I want to explore and listen to more? So that's what I've got. The Man from Utopia. I'm really looking forward to hearing this. This is 1983, I think this came out. So early 80s Zappa. I don't know this at all. This will be coming up on the channel at some point over the coming months. And then the final one is this. So, Come to the Edge by Yamashita. I'm super excited about this. I know about this, but don't know it. And it's actually been asked about in the comments of the channel before as well. Orchestral percussion, Japanese percussion. I think this will be quite a special listen. I'm really looking forward to this. It's a beautiful old record. A little bit of a tear in the back, but on the whole, really, really good condition. I think this will be a real fun, potentially a Friday night quiet, chill out listen. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right, now I've got a couple here which go together. We have ELP Works and Works Volume 2. So I've got them together off eBay. I think it's about £20 for the pair. Obviously going to be coming up at some point. It's just a case of scheduling it all in. Now, I do know Fanfare for the Common Man, but I think coming into the channel, that's the only ELP I knew. And I knew the Copeland one really well as well. So the original version by Aaron Copeland. So I'm looking forward to getting into those. We're doing them at some point very soon. Next up. Now, I cannot remember who asked about this. I have a feeling it may have been Lightmain, but also some other people as well talked about this. This is a band called UK, which was the forerunner of Asia, who I've also got here. We'll talk about that in a second. This is, I'm really excited about this. This is Eddie Jobson, John Wetton on bass, Alan Holsworth on guitars, and Bill Bruford on the drums. And this has been described to me by several people as like top 5 prog records of all time. So that I don't know about it and that I've never heard it is exciting. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where this goes and what happens with this. So there we go. It leads us on to, very nicely, Asia, the first record, and Alpha. So again, these were sort of little pickups off eBay. So UK evolved eventually into Asia, but then bring on board. You got Steve Howe on the guitar, and Carl Palmer, not Bill Bruford. So it'll be really interesting to see and to hear this. But I have a feeling this is getting into the 80s. We're going to have a sort of quite a different sort of sound to this. I remember seeing this artwork when I was a kid, but I've never heard the music. So again, really exciting. I can't believe how much of this new music there is for me to discover and that we are discovering on the channel. But there you go. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Now, this is Tab in the Ocean by Nectar. And I can't remember if I've already talked about this before on one of these hauls or whether I got this previously to my last update. If I did, then I apologise. But we've listened to this on the channel, and that then led to a huge amount of people recommending and suggesting this, which is the Remember the Future by Nectar. So I loved that first record that I heard, A Tab in the Ocean. I think that was just one of the great discoveries of the channel. I mean, there have been many, but that was just phenomenal. So I'm hugely looking forward to this, because people are saying that this is actually even better. So if that is the case, we are in for a treat. We really are. And that's going to be coming up. I keep saying the same words. That's going to be coming up in the next few months. That'll be coming up in the next few months. Of course it is. It's all coming up. All coming up. Now, a week or so ago, maybe a month or so ago, I started doing a tour of the current record collection. And I got as far as going to get to this first section here, A's through to the beginning of B. And in there was a record by Aerosmith called Toys in the Attic. And that's the only Aerosmith I have on vinyl. And someone said, "Oh, I can't believe you haven't actually got their best record." I said, "What is their best record, pray tell?" "Rocks," they go. "Is it?" I say. "Yes," they say. "I better get it then." And so I did. I have got Rocks by Aerosmith. I don't know this. I'm going to... this may not be a channel record, but it's one that I'm very interested in myself to listen to. Yeah, I might do it on the channel, give a sort of a slightly different sort of sound to what we're listening to, a bit more swagger, a bit of rock and roll. But that will be potentially coming up if you fancy it. Now, I played this on the live stream a week or so ago. Astounding sounds, amazing music from Hawkwind. Or rather, I played a bit of it. I played it from Spotify, actually. But I have got this on LP. I do know this record. It is just wonderful, wonderful music. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. If you are interested in hearing it, and there's enough people want to, then we might do this as a playthrough on the channel. But it'll be a listen with Jim rather than a sort of a reaction thing, because I know this quite well. But it is superb. I might do it, because it'd be quite good to hear it through the little preamp, and it sort of reveal a few details perhaps I wasn't aware were there. But yeah, that's a great record, and I've only had that a couple of months on vinyl. Now, I think as a result of... I'll do this first. As a result of the Grateful Dead Terrapin Station, in the comments there, people talked about you ought to listen to some Chicago. But start at the beginning with Chicago Transit Authority. Is that what it's called? Yes. Which I managed to pick up for peanuts off eBay. The condition of the cover is not great. It's held together with bits of sellotape. I don't know if you can see along here. It's all torn. It's falling apart. I think someone's written on there, and it's kind of falling apart on the edges there. You can see that. But the vinyl itself is in really, really, really good condition. Now, I don't know this at all. I really don't know this. So I'm going to do this as a listen through at some point. So that's going to be completely new territory for me, and I'm very excited about that. Right, let's whistle through these last few. Also, as a result of Grateful Dead, people commented and said, you also need to be listening to Aoxomoxoa, which I've managed to get hold of off eBay. And they said, actually, don't leave it there. You also want to be listening to Blues for Allah. So I've managed to get both of those. And I got these all from the same seller. Those were about £8 each, so not bad at all. I think they're in pretty good condition. But while I was there, I had a quick look. And this wasn't eBay, this was Discogs. I was looking at the shop that the seller had, and he had loads of other stuff on there as well, and actually things which were quite interesting to me. So we also have Albedo 039 from Vangelis. £5. You're not going to argue with that, are you? We also have £5 again, Fish Rising from Steve Hillage. And then my final record, again, in the same little batch from the same shop, is Renaissance, Turn of the Cards. And again, this is going to really, really make, I think it's Lightmate, make you happy, because you've been talking about this band for a long time and asking, when's it coming on the channel? Are you going to listen to them? Well, yes, I am. I've never had any of their stuff before. Now I have, because I saw this in the shop. And look, £7. You know, you take a punt. And it's not really a punt because it's kind of, you know it's going to be good. But there you go. So that's a roundup of the vinyl. And it seems like a lot there, but don't forget it's about 3 months worth. And it's all come as... it's been slowly collected over the month. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that, and look forward to hearing some of this with me when we get around to doing it in due course. And I'll leave it there. So I'll see you guys and girls on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim over and out.